The first time I saw the figure, I thought it was a glitch. At exactly 3:13 a.m., camera 12 captured someone standing at the far end of Warehouse B. The footage lasted less than 3 seconds. One frame showed an empty aisle. The next showed a person. The frame after that was empty again, like someone had appeared and disappeared. I rewound the recording 4 times. The figure was definitely there, tall, motionless. I zoomed in. The image became grainy, but one detail remained clear. Its face looked completely black, not shadowed, just black, like the camera couldn't record it. I saved the clip and forgot about it. At least, I tried to. I worked nights at a distribution warehouse on the outskirts of the city. The job was simple. Monitor cameras, log incidents. Nothing dangerous, nothing interesting. The only reason management kept overnight security was because of occasional theft. I was usually alone from midnight until sunrise. By the end of most shifts, I was fighting sleep. That's why I convinced myself the figure was a technical issue, a camera error, nothing more. The following night, camera 12 showed the same figure, same location, same time, 3:13 a.m. This time, it remained visible for almost 10 seconds, standing perfectly still, facing the camera. I immediately switched to the live feed. The aisle was empty. I checked the recording. The figure remained. I checked live again. Nothing. Recording. Figure. A cold sensation crawled down my spine. I grabbed my flashlight and headed toward Warehouse B. The warehouse was enormous after dark. The motion sensor lights only illuminated sections at a time. Everything beyond them looked like an endless maze. When I reached the aisle from the footage, it was empty. No footprints, no movement. I returned to the security office, feeling ridiculous, yet something felt wrong. A week later, I stopped calling it a glitch, because glitches don't move. At 3:13 a.m., the figure appeared again. But now it was closer. Not much. Maybe 1 aisle closer than before. Just enough for me to notice. I reviewed older recordings. My stomach tightened. Every appearance showed the same thing. The figure was getting closer. I showed the footage to another guard named Kareem. He laughed at first. Then I showed him every recording. His smile disappeared. Someone's messing with you. How? I don't know. Look at the timestamps. He stared at the screen. The same expression slowly formed on his face. The next night, Kareem volunteered to stay with me. At exactly 3:13 a.m., we watched camera 12 together. The figure appeared. Kareem went silent. Then the figure moved. Not much. Just its head. slowly tilting to one side, as if studying us. The camera feed immediately distorted. Static filled the screen. Every monitor in the room flickered simultaneously. Then, everything returned to normal. The figure was gone. Kareem never agreed to work another night shift.
I reported everything to management.
They sent a technician. The technician inspected every camera. Nothing was wrong. The system was functioning perfectly. That answer somehow felt worse.
The following week, strange things began happening outside the recordings. Motion sensors activated in empty sections. Several workers complained about hearing footsteps after closing hours. Management blamed the aging building. Nobody mentioned the footage.
One night, I decided to stay inside the security office, no matter what happened. 3:13 a.m. arrived. Camera 12 flickered. The figure appeared. But this time, it wasn't standing in an aisle. It was standing directly outside the security office, visible through camera 1, the camera positioned above my door. I felt every muscle in my body tighten. Slowly, I turned toward the actual door. Silence. I looked back at the monitor. The figure remained standing perfectly still, facing the camera, facing me. I forced myself to look through the office window. The hallway outside was empty, completely empty. Yet the monitor clearly showed someone standing there. The feed lasted 13 seconds, then vanished. I didn't sleep after that. The next evening, I arrived early and began digging through old company records. The warehouse had been built on the site of an older factory. The factory operated for decades before shutting down. Most documents were boring. Then I found an incident report from 1989. One employee, night security, missing. Never found. The report contained a single photograph, a black and white employee ID picture. The moment I saw it, my chest tightened. The face matched the figure, or at least what should have been its face. Same height, same uniform, same posture. The missing guard's name was Samuel Rahim. His final shift ended at exactly 3:13 a.m.
3 nights later, the cameras failed. Not all at once, one by one, until only a single monitor remained active. Camera 1. The hallway outside the office. The figure stood there, closer than ever. This time, details were visible. A security uniform, a name badge. Everything except the face. The face remained an impossible darkness. Then the office lights went out. Every light in the building died simultaneously. The emergency generator should have activated immediately.
It didn't. For several seconds, I sat alone in total blackness. Then I heard footsteps. Outside the office. Slow, heavy, approaching. The footsteps stopped at the door. I couldn't breathe. Couldn't move. Couldn't think. A scraping sound followed, like fingernails dragging across metal. Slowly, deliberately, the sound traveled from the top of the door to the bottom. Then came 3 knocks. I grabbed my flashlight. Its beam shook violently in my hands. The door handle began turning. Slowly, very slowly. Someone was trying to enter. The lock held for a moment, then stopped. Silence returned. The emergency power finally activated. The monitors restarted. Every camera feed returned. The hallway outside the office was empty. I've never been so scared in my life, and I never wanted to come back here again. I resigned the next morning. A month passed. Eventually, the warehouse faded into memory until I received a message from Kareem. Just one sentence. Turn on the news. I did. The report covered a fire at the warehouse. A massive electrical fire had destroyed much of the building overnight. Several sections collapsed. During cleanup operations, workers discovered human remains trapped behind an old maintenance wall. The remains belonged to a man missing since 1989. Samuel Rahim.